As we stand here on October 9th, 2025, the air carries a crisp promise of the season to come. Many of you are likely starting to wonder about the winter ahead. Will it be a season of deep snows and frosty mornings, or will we enjoy milder days, with less need for heavy coats? This year, the answer is not so simple. The two most trusted sources for long-range weather, the Farmer's Almanac and our own Old Farmer's Almanac, are presenting markedly different pictures for the winter of 2025 to 2026. This divergence in predictions is creating a fascinating debate among weather watchers and those who depend on the forecast for their livelihoods and plans. The Farmer's Almanac is calling for a season of what they term wild weather. They foresee a colder than normal and snowier winter for a large portion of the country, particularly stretching across the eastern and central United States. Their forecast suggests that residents from the northern plains all the way to New England should brace for significant cold and substantial snowfall. This prediction paints a classic winter scene, filled with snow-covered landscapes and the need for extra logs on the fire. It's a forecast that will delight skiers and snowmobilers but may cause a few groans from those who dread shoveling their driveways. On the other hand, our forecast at the Old Farmer's Almanac suggests a generally milder winter overall. We anticipate fewer of those prolonged, bone-chilling cold snaps that can define a harsh season. However, mild does not mean uneventful. We are still predicting pockets of wild weather and significant storm events, especially in certain regions. Our analysis points toward a winter that might be less consistently severe, but could still deliver powerful punches of snow and cold when you least expect it. This outlook suggests a season of variability, where you might need both your sunglasses and your snow boots ready to go at a moment's notice. This notable disagreement in forecasts highlights the inherent challenges of predicting weather months in advance. The most dramatic point of contrast is New England. The Farmer's Almanac is preparing the region for a cold and snow-filled experience. In stark opposition, the Old Farmer's Almanac is forecasting a mild, dry winter for Massachusetts and its neighboring states. This stark difference leaves residents in a state of suspense. Will they be investing in new snowblowers or enjoying pleasant winter walks? Only time will truly tell which vision of the coming months will prove to be the more accurate one for the Northeast. So, why are the predictions so different this year? To understand the forces shaping our upcoming winter, we must look high into the atmosphere and far out into the Pacific Ocean. One of the most significant factors at play is the expected return of La Niña. This climate pattern is characterized by cooler than average sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific. La Niña has a powerful ripple effect on global weather, and its influence is a key part of every long-range forecast. It acts like a giant engine, shifting the path of the jet stream and altering temperature and precipitation patterns across North America. Typically, a La Niña winter brings a very specific set of conditions to the United States. It tends to steer colder, stormier, and snowier weather toward the northern tier of the country. This means states from the Pacific Northwest across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast often experience a more traditional, robust winter. Conversely, La Niña usually results in warmer and significantly drier conditions for the southern states, from California across to the southeast. This year, the strength and exact positioning of this La Niña event are central to the differing interpretations of the season ahead. Adding another layer of complexity to the forecast is the behavior of our own sun. We are currently in what is known as solar cycle 25, and it is proving to be more active than originally anticipated. This cycle involves the sun's magnetic field flipping, leading to an increase in solar phenomena like sunspots and solar flares. Both the Farmer's Almanac and our team at the Old Farmer's Almanac have noted that this heightened solar activity can influence Earth's weather patterns. While the exact mechanisms are still being studied, it is believed that this activity can lead to increased atmospheric variability and a greater chance for extreme weather events to occur. The combination of La Niña and an active solar cycle 25 creates a volatile mix, making this winter particularly difficult to pin down with certainty. Think of it as trying to predict the outcome of a card game where two wild cards have just been introduced. La Niña sets a general pattern, but the active sun could shuffle the deck at any time, potentially blocking patterns and causing sudden, intense cold snaps or unexpected thaws. This is why one forecast might emphasize La Niña's typical cold and snowy north, while another might see the solar influence leading to milder breaks and regional disruptions. When we look at the map of the United States for the winter of 2025 to 2026, it appears to be a country with a split personality. There are a few regions where the different forecasts find common ground. For instance, most forecasters agree that the desert Southwest, including areas like Arizona and Southern California, is in for a warmer and drier winter than usual. This is a classic La Niña signature. For those living in these arid regions, it means more sunshine, but also raises concerns about ongoing drought conditions. It's a forecast that promises pleasant weather for winter visitors, but may worry local water managers. Traveling eastward, we find one of the most consistent predictions for cold. Both major almanacs, as well as other meteorological outlets like AccuWeather, are pointing toward the Appalachian Mountains as a place that will experience colder than average conditions. From the peaks of West Virginia down through the highlands of North Carolina and Tennessee, residents should prepare for a chilly season. This alignment suggests a strong signal in the atmospheric patterns that will repeatedly funnel cold air into this mountainous spine of the eastern U.S., making it a prime location for those who enjoy a crisp, frosty winter landscape. The Midwest and Great Lakes regions are another area of active debate. The Farmer's Almanac is anticipating above-average snowfall, which is music to the ears of those who love lake-effect snowstorms. AccuWeather's forecast echoes this, suggesting a very active December with heavy snow. However, the Old Farmer's Almanac predicts snowfall totals that are closer to average for the region. While we still expect significant snow events, our forecast does not call for a relentlessly snowy season. This means that cities like Chicago and Buffalo should be prepared for winter's fury, but they might also experience some welcome breaks between storms. Perhaps the most fascinating conflict, as mentioned, is in New England. One forecast calls for a classic snow-filled nor'easter season, while the other predicts a mild and drier winter. This leaves residents in a state of uncertainty. For someone planning a ski trip to Vermont, this is a critical difference. A snowy forecast means excellent conditions, while a mild one could be disappointing. This regional disparity underscores the complex and competing forces at play this year. It serves as a powerful reminder that national trends are just one part of the story. Your local weather is often dictated by a unique combination of factors. With such a mixed bag of predictions, how should you plan for the coming months? The key is to prepare for variability. For those who love outdoor winter recreation, such as skiing, snowboarding, or ice fishing, the forecasts offer both hope and caution. If you live in the Appalachians or the Great Lakes region, the odds seem to favor a good season for snow sports. It would be wise to get your gear tuned up and ready to go. The Farmer's Almanac and AccuWeather suggest that early season storms could bring a solid base, especially in December, so being prepared to hit the slopes early might be a great strategy this year. For those planning winter travel, especially around the holidays, these forecasts are a call to be proactive. If the predictions for a bookend winter with major storms at the start and end of the season prove true, travel in December and late February or March could be challenging in the central and eastern U.S. It would be prudent to purchase travel insurance, book flexible tickets if possible, and keep a close eye on short-term forecasts as your travel dates approach. For those heading to the desert Southwest to escape the cold, the forecast looks sunny and inviting, but be mindful of the dry conditions when planning any outdoor activities like hiking. Even for everyday life, this winter's forecast encourages a state of readiness. For homeowners in the Northeast and Midwest, it means you can't put away the snowblower just yet, even if some forecasts hint at mildness. It is always better to be prepared for a major storm that doesn't arrive than to be caught off guard by one that does. The prediction for a potential mid-January thaw, followed by a forceful return of cold in February, suggests that this will be a winter of ups and downs. This temperature whiplash can be hard on homes, gardens, and even our own health, so being adaptable will be essential. Ultimately, these long-range forecasts are our best educated guides, not infallible prophecies. They are based on science, historical data, and complex climate signals like La Niña and solar activity. The contrasting predictions for the winter of 2025 to 2026 remind us that nature always has the final say. Whether you are hoping for mountains of snow or long sunny days, the best advice is to embrace the season's potential for surprise. Keep your snow shovel and your sunglasses handy, and be ready to enjoy whatever this fascinating winter decides to bring to your doorstep. The story is yet to be written,